If you've played or watched Melee competitively, you know how powerful grabs can be. Grabs set up tech chases or chain grabs as early as 0% and can even turn a single neutral win into a lost stock. So if you're new to Melee, one of the easiest ways to improve your punish game is to get more grabs. And while there are a variety of ways to do this, such as shield grabbing, tech chasing, dash dance grabbing, etc., one of the most consistent mistakes that beginners make is failing to recognize a specific kind of grab opportunity, grabbing someone out of hit stun. For those who aren't aware, hit stun is just the period of time after being hit by an attack that a character is unable to act outside of directional influence, aka DI, SDI, or teching. In the example on screen, hit stun is represented by a blue color to demonstrate when Fox enters and exits the state of hit stun. Without hit stun, you wouldn't be able to combo each other as you'd be actionable even after a hit. But before I continue, if you're enjoying the video so far, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you can believe it, a whopping 85% of the people who watch my videos aren't even subscribed to my channel, so it's a great way to support the channel and it really does mean a lot. Anyway, the mistake that many players make is that they don't recognize situations where they can extend their combo with a grab instead of another aerial or attack, and if their character's grabs are particularly powerful, this decision can set them up for an even bigger combo than they would have otherwise had. This also can have added benefits of limiting your opponent's defensive options, as SDI isn't possible off of a grab, making it potentially easier to follow up after you get it. For example, versus Spaceys, Marth can set up grab opportunities off of dash attack, various aerials including forward air and up air, tilts like up tilt, and a variety of other more niche scenarios. So if you're competent with the chain grab on FD and you land a move like a tip or forward air, most of the time it's better to grab off of that hit rather than throwing at another forward air or something similar, as Marth's grab creates a consistent opportunity to follow up and even kill your opponent, especially at lower percents. The funny thing about this concept is that many players are actually already doing this type of punish in some way, shape, or form, but they just haven't entirely connected the dots to clean things up. For example, if you've been thinking to yourself during this video, hang on, isn't that how chain grabs work? You'd actually be totally correct. Chain grabs operate in the same way. You grab someone, then throw them, which puts them into hit stun, and then re-grab them, then throw them again, and continue the cycle until they're either dead or it's no longer possible to follow up. A good example of this is a low-level Marth, where they learn that you can up tilt off of up throw, then re-grab to continue your chain grab, but I rarely see that same low-level Marth land an up tilt in neutral and connect it into a grab. For some reason, even though it's technically the same situation, because it starts in a different way, players just haven't mentally prepared themselves for that grab opportunity. So before we look at specific examples, it's worth mentioning that this technique is obviously character dependent, as some characters' grabs are significantly weaker than others, and some characters don't have as many moves or any moves that lead into grab in the same way. A great example of this is probably Falco, in that even though I do not want to contribute to the myth that grabbing with Falco is bad, it's not bad. Falco's grabs aren't as good as some of the other top tiers, and he generally has better tools to follow up combos than a regrab in most scenarios. However, you can still use regrabs to create stylish combos, so definitely experiment with that if you're interested. Also, Melee is a very dynamic and complex game, so remember that following up with a grab isn't going to be the best combo extender in 100% of cases. Nothing really is that simple. Something that works against floaties might not work against fast fallers, and vice versa. But with all that out of the way, let's look at some examples of characters that benefit the most from this concept. I'm not an expert on every character, so I'm sure I missed some common setups, but just use this as a guide to start training your brain to find more opportunities. Also, many of these setups will only work on DI in, so keep that in mind. That's it for the video today, guys. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Also, if you want, you can support me on Patreon. You'll get exclusive access to behind-the-scenes content, netplay sessions, and videos a day early. With that in mind, shoutouts to Samuel, Xavier, and all my current patrons. Also, if you enjoyed the music, let me know. It's something I'm working on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.